My niece just asked me on my diamonds. Will I said, of course.
I think we live. Let me just go on my YouTube app real quick. Well, no, actually, I can just check the link I sent you. Ha! I'm freaking stupid.
Let me get me a hat. Hold up. It's kind of tight, but it's all right.
It's all right. All right. Oh wait.
Hey,
Hey, you gonna wear that backwards hat today?
possibly. My
What's
niece
it?
just asked me on my diamonds. Will I said, of course.
Oh, he's already rapping before the even episode even starts. That's
Hey, gotta get ready. Gotta get ready. You know
hey. Well, can you see it on your link? I don't know. My YouTube hasn't started yet.
what link?
The one I sent you yesterday.
The one that you sent what to
Don't. Yeah, I sent you yesterday. Yeah, you know the one I sent from
on
last week.
email?
No, on Instagram.
Oh, I have to go to it. Let me see.
Okay, I can hear you nice. Don't worry. I think we're good. It's alright. Alright, let's do it, big boy. Are you excited? Are you ready to start?
Oh yeah, it's on YouTube. You're going live.
Alright, cool. Well, everybody, welcome on in to part two. Well, part three, because the first one was actually a test, but this is part two, I call it, but part three, actually. This is Isaac Cox. Isaac, tell everyone about yourself real quick. I want the viewers to get to know you a little bit.
What's going on, everyone? My name's Isaac. I'm 18, and I'm a child of God. Simple as that.
Simple as that. So, Isaac played 3 years, if I remember, 3 years with the Silverado Hawks. Me and him are close, so this interview was supposed to happen. So, anyways, Isaac, tell us about your experience playing football. Everybody wants to know.
It was fun. I mean, I wish it went better, like playing there, because the coaches had favoritism everywhere. But overall, it was fun. Like, most of my friends came from playing football, like through high school, which was pretty cool. I'm still in contact with some of them, so it was a pretty fun experience. And the position I played, which was wide receiver, that was fun as well. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was a cool experience.
So, Isaac, um, as far as you can remember, what was the first team? Well, not talking about Silverado, but what was the first team you've ever played for in your sports playing career?
Say that again. You was cutting off, and my cat's being annoying. What happened?
No, I was saying, like, as far as you can remember, what was the first team you ever played for besides Silverado?
As in growing up,
Yeah, like before you started playing at Silverado, what was the first team you ever played for?
I think you froze, Miguel.
Can you hear
Your,
me?
your screen is like, oh, there you go. I think,
I'm alive.
yeah, it was just kind of laggy.
Oh,
Well, my first sport that I played was baseball. Then I went to basketball. Then I went to football, and then high school I just played football. So yeah, I played like at least 7 years, I think, of baseball growing up. So yeah,
so baseball. How was? Tell us about your baseball career. Let's start from there.
it was fun. I mean, I never got to hit a home run, which was pretty sucky. I wanted to, but it was fun. The coaches had me play everywhere, like on the field. Like really, I didn't play catcher, but I think I played every other like position. But it was fun. I mean, it was a fun time, like making friends off the team and all that. Like it was pretty cool.
Yeah. How many points did you score in your whole career?
I don't remember. It's been since I was like,
Awesome. Okay, so we're having a bit of technical
it's just
difficulty.
laggy for some reason.
I know it's a little laggy, but we'll work through that. Give it a
All
second.
right.
I'm checking to see if everything's good. I can tell that Obius is doing the same thing. Yeah, Obvious is going crazy. Trying to see how that's going. Let me check real quick. Because I know Obvious is doing this extra stuff today, so.
Mm.
I'm making sure that we didn't lose contact with the outside world. I'm checking to see if everything's good. Tell that Obvious is doing the same thing. Okay, we're all right. We're good. Anyway, but yeah, have you came close to a home run? That's the big question.
I'm almost. I think I might have did. It's been forever. My memory of playing baseball isn't the best, but I think I came kind of close. I remember.
And I know you said you had a lot of fun, but what was your most memorable memory playing baseball?
Say that again. You cut off.
What was your most memorable?
A fun time. Like my most memorable memory of playing basketball was the last game, and I made a swish. Like it was a corner three. I shot at the corner, and it was a three. And I remember I made a swish. I think I don't remember if it was the end of the game, like I won the game-winning shot, but whatever it was dope. Like that, I made that shot. I remember that. That was tight.
And I bet the whole crowd was going wild after you, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So did you only play for one team, or did you actually play for other teams, like like you've done?
I just played 1 year basketball. I only played 1 year, so I only played for one team. We were called like the Hey, freaking juicy.
I know, forehead. I know. Come on, where did the app go? There it is. Trying to see if we. Oh, it stopped. No. No. Oh wait. I'm waiting to see if this thing started. Got to go to YouTube again, I guess. You know what I mean, big boy?
I'm tired of Joseph.
I'm tired of freaking Joseph. I'm tired of freaking Joseph, bro.
Stay cool. Like you big boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Freaking forehead.
I did it all in the paper Dios.
Dios. I'm trying to see if this works. I'm trying to see if this works. Can you still hear me? Right? We're good, right? What's up, big boy?
Frozen.
I'm not frozen. I'm right here, big boy.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, look, it's working. Forehead. All right, it's working again. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
All right, freaking forehead. I think we're.
Sheesh. This hat is getting busted.
So, again, I want to deeply
Shut
apologize
up,
to
I'll slap
everybody.
you.
I want to deeply apologize to everybody for that little technical insurance. We switched apps again. We're back to where we started. Yeah, freaking forehead. It's working. Dios. I'm trying to see if this works. Can you still hear me? Right? We're good, right? What's up,
It's
big
working,
boy?
right? Let's go.
All right. I'm just making sure we catch up. Okay. Just gonna make sure I'm gonna keep this live here. But anyways, we were back. We were saying basketball. We finished basketball. So you played for the Adelanto Saints. Well, the little league team, right?
Football. Yeah, football.
And how did that go? How'd you like that?
It was cool. I mean, I never got a touchdown really, but I scored like two extra points. I ran one in and then I caught the ball for two extra points, but it was cool. I made there too as well. Coaches were cool and all. It was pretty fun.
Did you go to the championship game?
No, we actually almost could have, but we didn't. Now that I remember, actually, I think we made it all the way. Yeah, we did, but we didn't win it all. We lost like 7-0, something like that. Like I remember one play, I had to run a seven. That's what they called it, and it meant like just run straight like a vert. And I was open. They didn't throw my way, and I bet you if they did, I would have caught it, and something great would have happened. But you know, they didn't throw it, so yeah, we lost.
So
It was
you're
like cold too, though. I mean,
it was on a January, right?
no, it was like December or like November, something like that.
Oh wow, that is very cold. Was it snowing at all? Was it was it during the snowstorm?
No, it wasn't.
Imagine. Where'd you guys play your games at?
Yeah. We played them. Um, we played some of them at I think it was called Richardson Park. I think that's the park we played at in Old Adelanto. And then if we played wherever the other team's stadium was, like their stadiums and all that.
For away games, obviously, right?
Yes, sir.
And you just had a great time because you're doing that wide receiver thing like you love.
Yeah.
How'd you even get into football anyways? That's the big question.
Honestly, dude, I mean, I think what really got me into it, now that I think of it, was like, because obviously growing up, I always played baseball, and then I wanted to change it up. So I think, because I remember in middle school and elementary, like, it would always be lunchtime,
Hmm.
and like, we would always go, me and a whole bunch of like people I was cool with, we would all go on the field, like the big soccer field that they have, and we just always play football. And I think that like got me into playing football, like wanted to play on the team and all that. Like I think that's what got me like to want to play football. And ever since then, I don't play it no more, but I just love the game still. Like as you know, I'm a Dolphins fan, so I mean,
Your boy got the jersey back there. You see
yeah, I see it.
the number 55 jersey. They let me
Yep.
keep it after 4 years, so it took me a while to get it back.
You say you let you said they let you keep.
Yeah, they let me keep it after my playing career. It took about a while for them to give me it, but finally, just finally, after so much time, after so much waiting, and
You lagging again.
after so much convincing, I finally got the jersey back there.
You was lagging, bro. You was speaking all fast and all that. Like, if someone fast forwarded your voice.
Hey, that's what's up. No, but like I'm saying, it took a while for me to get the jersey
Why
finally.
you talking so fast?
It's catching you up.
Like,
So,
a little bit I was thinking was like, I'm like, chill, man. Like, what you talking so fast for?
am I still talking fast?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I think it's trying to catch you up to what's going on since it was
And
falling behind.
I see, I see. All right, well, yeah, I think this is better now.
Yeah, so the jersey back there took me a while.
Bro, what are
Finally
you
got it.
talking fast for again? Chill.
Lagging.
Okay, I heard you. Yeah. Yeah, it's lagging on your side. My side is fine, I think. Or is mine lagging too?
Yeah, a little bit, but we're good. You're good.
Well, that's what happens when you have an iPhone and a Samsung. iPhones, they're faster and more clear. Your phone, is slower.
Heck no. Heck no. You know well that you love an Android phone. You had it for so long, and then you changed.
That one was bummy. I would rather get the Samsung. The one I had, that one was garbage. Like I don't I like Samsungs. I like those or iPhones, but I just prefer iPhones better.
Right. I agree. iPhones, they can serve good purposes, but sometimes I don't know, they just go weird.
No, I know what you mean.
So,
Whatever
anyways,
your taste is in phones,
yeah, the taste in phones
huh?
is the taste in phones is it's different for everybody. There's there's just no telling who's gonna get what, you know.
Yeah,
So, anyways, so you actually play it for the Saints. Well, not the high school Saints, but the little Saints. Just to just to clear it up. You never played.
yeah.
You never played for
I was
Adelanto
on
High School.
I was on J.
You played for
I
Silverado.
never went there. That's why.
Exactly. So a lot of people are like,
Yes,
"Hey,
sir.
you play for the Adelanto Saints. Why haven't I seen you there?" No, there's a lot of history. So a lot of history up here.
I was I was thinking of going to Atlanta, but because my friends from middle school, shout out to my Braddock friends, real talk, but I couldn't really go. It wasn't gonna work out because Brooke, my sister, she still was at Silverado. She was a junior when I was a freshman, so doing back and forth, like going to different high schools together would be tough, like so. I just went to Silverado.
So why didn't you go to Silverado for your senior year then?
I did go to Silverado. I graduated there. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, sorry, I'm in Adelanto.
Oh, I mean, just cause I was fine where I was at. I mean, I already made friends. I played football. I didn't want to leave the team. Like even though I bet you if I did go to Atlanta, I probably would start at least or something. But like it was whatever. Silverado, it was a cool school. It's just the atmosphere is just ugly, kind of. It's stupid. Like spiritually. But
Yeah.
other than that, like it was whatever. High school, my experience in high school, it was like cool, but then it would suck at the same time.
Right. I agree. So I know you played for I know you played varsity and JV. So who are your two coaches at the time?
hmm JV, my starting head coach. Well, sophomore year, it was like Coach Brown and Coach Dre, and they were both cool. I like Coach Dre because he liked me. Like he always put me in the game and all that. Like he was a dope coach. And then junior year when I was on JV again, just JV. I played. I mean, my coach was Coach Dre the whole year, I believe. Then senior year when I was on varsity, it was Coach Gennaro, which I call him short for Coach G because everyone kind of did, but he was cool too. It was just he was bipolar.
Mm,
Like I remember we'd have morning practices. I remember like he'd be in the best mood ever, and then when like early morning, like 8 in the morning, we would have practice. Sometimes he would get ticked off, but most of the time he's in the best mood when it comes to
right. Yeah.
grumpy. I'm like, dude, like what's wrong with you, man? Like,
That's hilarious. Grumpy him.
yeah, bad signs. I mean, you could tell him, you could literally like, I'm not trying to talk mess about him. Like, I like him. He's a cool guy. But like, if you say anything to him, if you're about to go up to him and you be like, "Oh, hey, Coach G," then you say whatever, he would look at you like he'd be like, "What?" Like he'd give you that attitude, like, "Hey, Coach, I'm just trying to tell you something. You ain't got to get mad at me." Like, you know.
I think that's the worst guy that has to put you in a game during the middle of a game, huh?
Oh, he wouldn't. You don't on my team. If you can't ask a coach to put you in, they'll just put you in. You can't be like, "Hey, coach, let me in." They're not gonna listen to you. They have favorites, like I said. They could be doing bad and they'll still be in the game some reason.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah. And the last time we interviewed, we were talking about Silverado High School. I know we're gonna talk about a lot about Silverado this year or this episode, but you know, it's crazy because we talked about Silverado a lot. I mean, not in the last episode, but in this episode, I want you to take us more in detail of Silverado High School because in my last interview, we were doing the same thing with Silverado. But obviously, various reasons, we could have talked a lot because I wanted to explore more of the athletes. I want to get an athlete's perspective in Silverado. So I try to I'm trying to keep Silverado like when I'm interviewing coaches from that coach there before. I want to keep it slim so I could explore more of the coaches from there and and athletes if I get a chance. So right now it's you just giving us an insight of an insight of Silverado High School and its football program.
Yeah.
So the last time we were talking about Silverado in
Hmm.
my last episode, we were talking about I think yeah, it was Silverado, but we are talking about one of the best coaches that are coaching there, Coach Posey, Carl Posey, because not to I don't want to get you like surprised. You probably won't know him because you came way after. One of my coaches actually coached at Silverado, so somehow we're somehow related in school history. Isn't that crazy,
I see.
Coach Mario, the last guy we interviewed, he actually coached there before you started playing there. So it's crazy because
Mm.
yeah, he was just telling us how great Coach Posey was for Silverado. So they just wanted to work on development and stuff like that. Did they still do that did they still do that when you were playing over there? Did they still focus on development players for JV just to make sure they were ready for varsity, or what's the whole deal?
Well, I mean, yeah, like I heard of Coach Posey there. Like, yeah, like obviously he wasn't coaching when I played. Like he was coaching a while ago, but developing players. I mean, they wouldn't literally go individually and be like, okay, we're gonna develop you. Like, what do you want us to do? Like, you just go out there and practice and make your territory. Like you gotta work for your spot. Really, I mean, like I said, it was a lot of favoritism. Like me throughout my career, I was like sitting on the bench, like the sidelines mainly. And it was disappointing. And I mean, you just like as I'm saying, you got to work for your spot. Really, I don't know because like you could just have a name for yourself and you're not even all that good and somehow you're gonna start like that. It's just like that, bro. But it was no developing. Like if it was, I mean, we would do Scout O and Scout D,
Hmm.
and mainly Scout would be for the people that don't really get in the games. Like it'd be JV versus varsity, varsity versus JV.
Right.
So it would be like that. I guess you could say that's towards developing, kind of. But yeah, I mean, that's how it went basically.
So how has because I know that discipline they would talk about classes and well in my last episode we talked about class, how we stay disciplined before school, because you guys practice obviously before school started. You guys started in the winter all the way to the summer and back to the fall again, the whole ordeal. Spring ball. It was a 4 season school because I remember you telling me once
Yeah.
that you actually played that football was actually elected for one of your things, right?
Yeah, I had sixth period football. It was a class. I mean, that was how I really got on the team. Freshman year, I chose that class. Um, Sorry, hold up. If you could see me, okay, but if not, like my face, my bad. I had to send a quick message. But what's it called? Yeah, freshman year, I went in and you had to try out, which was kind of weird, but like it was whatever.
Right.
But I remember hold up call you. But yeah, so I went in there as a freshman. Um, I I was training, not training, but I was doing the stuff they wanted us to do.
Right.
Like it's weird because when I did it, that was really I think like the last or the year after was the last year of them doing that. Like if you just choose 6 period football, you're gonna be on the team for that moment for some reason. But I did some workouts like that they wanted us to do. But I mean, yeah, that's how I got in football. Like I didn't play freshman year because I broke my collarbone 8th grade year and I wasn't able to really play. And I try to like I remember I went in there in the coach's office and I was asking them. I forgot what I asked them. It was about like me playing or something, and like I didn't know this because I was a freshman. But if you go in and like they thought I basically wanted to play like at that moment, I'm like I don't want to play. Like it was already in the season. All that I'm like I didn't want to play. Like I'd rather wait till my sophomore year, which I did. So I had ever since like their season ended. It was in January. I think it was the 6th period football, and I remember like I went in there and then we did all the stuff we had to do, and then ever since then I just been in 6th period football, like from there until like senior year. So yeah, I mean that's basically what happened, like how it all started.
Right. And so, last time we were talking to Coach, he mentioned because, I think it's really important because, nowadays it's so different when schools change around after season after season. So, what is the, are they still giving you guys discipline if your guys are misbehaving in school, or what's that about? How do coaches deal with that kind of situations? I know you don't misbehave in school, but when other when your teammates don't behave in school well, or they're not as
Well,
disciplined during school.
well, like what's it called? When I was playing, like the reason a way you could like not be eligible, like you wouldn't be cut, but you would just be ineligible to play was if you had bad grades.
Hmm.
Like you gotta like obviously that's how it is for every school. Like you had to have like at least like a, I think 2.0 to play or something. So
Right.
me, I was fine. I had above 2.0 like every year. Like I was on top of it. I didn't have straight A's, but I try my best to have good grades, which I did. So
Right.
like if you were getting in a fight or if you were to do something stupid, then yeah, you'd be cut off the team. But which was stupid in my opinion and was like it showed favoritism was some kid of ours. He was a receiver my senior year. He literally quit like halftime for some reason, and the next week, like he was still on the team. I'm like, if he's quitting, coach, why are you letting him back on the team? Like, like that just shows he's just a poor sport. Like, just because I think he wasn't getting the ball to him or something, like, there's no iron team, man. Like, trust me, I know what it feels like to want to get the ball and, do what you got to do. But, it's a team. It's not just a one man sport, like, it's a 11 man, 20, it's like 11 offense, 11 defense. So it's like a 22-man game with like how many players on the roster you have. But yeah, like so. Yeah, I mean that's how it went for that as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that you say you didn't get a lot of playing time, but did you ever, play in a playoff game over there at Silverado? Because I know during your time they actually made the playoffs. So, how did that go? Did you ever get like a playoff, snap at least once in your whole time over there, or?
That's a good question because I don't really remember. To be straight up, like I don't, I don't remember if I really got in, but I know for sure like regular season I got in games, but I remember a disappointing part of my whole career probably was senior year. Like I got in the game and I ran a slant and go, which is
Yeah.
basically you run a slant and then by the hashes you just run straight like a vert. It's like a fake route play type thing, So
Right.
I ran that. My friend who was the quarterback at the time, he threw me the ball and I looked up, I had it. I came down and it popped out of my hands. And so that happened. And then another game, they put me in. Then another dude I'm cool with, he was our starting quarterback. I ran a hitch route, which is basically just run straight, like at least 5 yards, like 6 or 7 yards, and then come back to the 5 and turn the way the quarterback. So I ran that, and he threw it to me, bro, and I dropped it, dude. Like I don't know why I was dropping these passes, bro. Like it really made me mad. Like it disappointed me, bro. Like it did. Like on the inside, I was disappointed. Like that's probably the reason why I never really got into like a lot of games senior year. Like, but even then, bro, I had high expectations coming into the season. Like I wanted just to ball out and at least get a touchdown or at least a catch in my whole career because I never had one. But just the way like football went for me, like it was a fun experience, but in a way it was a waste of my time because like I didn't do nothing great playing football. I was literally riding the bench most of the season, most of my career. I mean, like so you give me like it was pretty whack at the same time.
Right. So I know that you're saying about those two, those two catches that should have been caught, but you somehow dropped the passes. Um, did your coaches tell you anything once you get back to the sideline? Or what's that conversation like?
I remember one of them. I forgot it wasn't on the sidelines, but I remember Monday we were watching the game film of the one that I dropped, like the one that I dropped the pass for.
Yeah.
And I remember my coach, my head coach, he's like, "Come on, Cox, you gotta catch that." I'm like, yeah, I know, like, and then some other stuff happened. I think like what we were talking about, like the route, like he was confused on the route or what play was, and I told him, but he just told me I gotta catch that, and I was like, yes, sir. Like, I know, like, but yeah, I mean, that's what really happened. For the other one, I don't remember what happened where I ran the hits. I don't remember exactly, but for the slant and go, that's what happened.
Right. And so I know that a quarterback and a wide receiver must have a good, a good connection. You don't ever want to be a stranger to your quarterback. You want to get to know him. And
Yeah.
you say he's a great, you two were, close. Well, both the quarterbacks were close to you. So, was there after the game at all? Was there or not after, but not after, but after the drive, was there? Did you talk to your quarterback? Did you guys think you're not on the same tempo? Did you guys feel like you guys were off key or you know did you talk to your quarterback after those incomplete passes?
It's been forever. I don't remember every little thing I did playing football, but there might have been. Like, I might have told him, hey, my bad for dropping that. Like, I should have caught that, but I don't really, like, remember, like, all of it. But I think something like that happened. Like, it was something like that. But yeah, that's what happened if I remember.
And so a lot of the time you were playing JV, which is something a lot of kids. I mean, a lot of kids are do our size or caliber do because we don't have that build as varsity players just yet, and and when I think the first game I saw you play was what was that, Apple Valley? Yeah, it was Apple Valley. You guys were playing Apple Valley, and obviously that game did not go well for you guys. You guys did not score a single point. Did you get into that game at all? Did you like? Because I think it was the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That was before my practice, so I had to leave the fourth quarter. But did you ever get into that game in the fourth quarter at all? Did you get some yards in that play?
That was,
That was
what
in,
year was that? Do you remember what year it was?
I think it was around
Well, do
2000.
you remember what grade I was in?
Yeah, it was your first year. It was your first. You were
Playing?
soft. Yeah, it's your first year playing. Yeah, sophomore year.
Yeah, then no, I didn't get in. I didn't get in the game. I never got in a lot. I literally my whole career playing sophomore year, I only got in one game, bro. Literally, like I was fooling around, dude. Like it was just I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared to get in. Like I remember one time the coach's son, he was like out there coaching, just being out there, and I'm friends with him like now and all that. Like he's cool. And I remember he wanted me to go out there and go in the game, and he pointed at me. He's like, "Hey, like come up, like you're about to go in." And I was scared. I didn't want to go in. I was hiding behind the other players. And he's like, "Hey, where did he go?" Like he said that, and then I played it off. So I was stupid sophomore year. Like I did not want to get in the games. I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't know. I was
Yeah,
just scared, really. I think I was like scared and nervous. But I mean, yeah, like sophomore year, it was a weird year. Then junior year came. I got in like majority of the games. I never started any, but I know I got in like some games. Like majority of them, I believe I got it. But yeah, I mean like that year, I got in a lot of games. Senior year, I got in some games. But yeah, like that's how it went. Like it was pretty cool. Like I wish my mentality sophomore year, I wish it was more wiser and better instead of being the soft kid like going out there to play. Like that was stupid.
right. I agree. So did you ever like? I mean, I know that the first game. I mean, I know a lot of coaches get mad, or sometimes you just don't say anything after. But I know it's different for JV. So after that game versus Apple Valley, I mean, I don't know. You guys, I don't know. Did coach say anything to you guys at all? I mean, was there a lot of heated conversations in that locker room after that blowout, or is it just something you guys just said, okay, we're gonna forget this and move on to the next week? Because I know you guys didn't have a good season for that year. I knew you guys. I think only won 2 games, I
Yeah.
believe.
No, I think we won more. It wasn't two, it was more, but we still didn't do the best.
Well, you guys ended third in the league, right?
But I mean,
Third, second.
we could have been. I don't remember. It's been forever, but we were something like that.
So this coach, after every game, does he, well, especially losses, does he say anything like? Does he give you that look that I shouldn't say anything right now, or did your coach just like?
Yep. I remember one time some idiots that were on the team, like, and I'm not judging them. I'm just calling them what they are because they are for what they did. It was really one of them, actually. I remember it was sophomore year, I believe. I remember like we the game ended. It was against Atlanta. It was at their stadium. I remember what's it called? This kid decides to throw a bottle that was on the team. He decided to throw a bottle out the window of the bus that we were in, like going home, just for a stupid reason. Immaturity right there. Like I remember he threw it out, and then the coach got mad at us, and we couldn't go home right away. Once when we got back to the school, like we had to literally run. We had to do what is it called? Four whistles, I think it's called.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
well I know what it's called. I think that's what we did. Like four whistles is basically you start from one sideline, you hear the whistle, you run as fast as you can, and then you go on the other sideline. You hear the whistle again, you come back until you get all four, and if you mess up, you have to like start all over. I think so. Yeah. So I remember we had to do that after the game, after we won too. So I'm like, bro, people are stupid. like some of my teammates, they weren't all that like how they were like personally, like they were just immature really.
Yeah, a lot of freshmen on the team, so
But yeah, I mean, he was
that
my
that calls
coach. Yeah.
that calls for a lot of
Yeah.
discipline trying to get made.
Yeah, I mean, I believe too. After we lost games on JV, my coach would get mad. Like he wouldn't throw a fit, but he would like just tell us like some things to straighten up.
Yeah, because losing games aren't fun. I mean, I remember a long time you were telling me that you guys lost a heartbreaking game, and there's just some scenes you just can't hold off for the final few seconds. And I know that every second counts in the game. So are you guys working on those? Did you guys work on those final seconds in practice? You guys work on those things every time you lose a heartbreaking game, or do you just let it slide and you just make sure you don't do it next time?
We just work harder in practice the next week. Like people still think it's funny, like they don't care. But the
Hmm.
league lost and you guys are messing around like we're trying to win, you're not trying to lose, like
Yeah.
stuff like that, like would be said. Honestly, if I think of it, bro, I honestly could have been a leader. Like the way I am now, at least, I
Yeah.
would lead the team. Like in high school, Like I could have been a captain if I wanted to be, but I just chose not to, and like just the way I was. But now, like now that I'm more humble, I feel like, and God is my relationship with God has been better. I feel like I'd be able to lead the team, like not all the way like by myself, but like at least one captain, on the team because we had a couple captains. I feel like I could have been a good position to be a captain.
Right. I agree. Yeah, being a
But
captain
yeah,
calls for being a good leader, and I think like you said, you want to be a good leader. So hopefully, when you get that chance again, hopefully, you can prove yourself to be a good leader. Are you actually planning to?
yeah, my career I'm trying to do is firefighting. So so I gotta I'm gonna be a leader. Like I'm just gonna be real and just be myself and just do my hard work. Like whenever that time comes.
Right. Agreed. Uh, are you actually trying to? I mean, I know that we're both in the same college or something like that, but are you trying to are you trying to play football again, or are you done forever? Is that just done?
I'm done. Like I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I think about it again. I miss it a bit, but then when I think of it, so to start off from explaining what I'm really about to explain, like I remember playing high school football. It was fun,
Hmm.
but most of the time I didn't want to be there. Like I didn't want to be at practice. I didn't have the passion for it, like the love, like of me rather watching the NFL game, like the Dolphins, like that get me excited. But playing on a team, like it just wasn't making me happy. Like it was times where it was cool, but then it was times when like I don't want to be here no more. Like, I don't want to play. So I feel like,
Right.
say if I were to play in college, I'd feel like that again. Like I'd be like, I don't want to be here. Like like this ain't for me. So
Right.
that's why I just feel like I'm completely done with football.
It's a great reason. Just not feeling
Yeah,
100% in practice is not gonna help you out if you wanted to play again.
yeah. Like my dad always says, man. We all got to do something that makes us happy. Like as a career. You don't want to do nothing that makes you feel like you don't want to be there at that day.
Right. So I know I understand that you wanted to be a good leader in practice, and part of being a good leader was since you were a senior, you know, and I know the rule calls for the seniors to
Hmm.
step up and do stuff like that. Step up, do your job, make sure that the younger kids understand that what they're doing, or whatever they're doing should be represented the way you need it to be. You want them to be well disciplined, ready for varsity, ready for the JV squad, whichever they land on. So I know in school.
Through high school, like I just started becoming more serious and
Right.
like just like not working. This is my own business. Like I wasn't those people. I wasn't a class clown or all this and that, but I was just like serious about my business.
Right.
Like stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's serious. So I know, like during your senior year, your last year in high school, or even before that, when you see your teammates, during school, do you try to make sure that they're doing the right thing, even though you might see them doing something wrong? Would you try to help them out, make sure, you get them back on the right track? Because ultimately, I know that this school wants to keep a good reputation, even though it's not doing so well. So are you trying to help, your teammates whenever they're trying to do something stupid or something that might get you all in trouble in practice?
Um, Honestly, like, there probably could have been times where I did try my best to help my teammates or whatever, but like I said, I was just mind my own business, really. Like playing in high school, I would always mess around in the beginning of football, like playing football. Like I'd be one of those kids to mess around and like not get in. Oh snap! I almost fell, but not get like 7-on-7 and stuff. I would just be in the back throwing the football. But I mean, like I like I did help people. Like I help people like with the playbook, like help them with plays or how to do the play, like run the route, whatever. Like so I mean, I help a couple of the teammates on the team. But yeah,
That's part of being in good leadership, man. Helping helping the rookies out, helping people that may not understand the playbook out.
mhm.
Um, so did you think that your JV coaches or varsity coaches noticed that? That you think they noticed that and they're like, hey, we need you to step up, or did you just feel like they didn't even pay that at all?
They didn't pay attention at all. It was just being their own time. Like it would, they would ask for help. Like when the coaches were all busy, it wasn't like in the moment. Like it'd just be like one on one, like on our own time at practice.
Hmm. One-on-one times,
Yes.
because those are really important too. Because one-on-ones, they show the best out of players, and I know that when people would do something stupid or would fail, ultimately, like too many times, I know that the coaches might do something, just to discipline you guys. What was those discipline like?
Yeah. Well, like I said, for example, like how that kid threw a water bottle out or whatever kind of bottle it was, how we threw it out just to be stupid and be dumb, but we had to run after. But like if someone was messing around a lot in the coach's office, like while we were all watching film, like if they kept on talking, like we would have to. We had a thing that we called spin the wheel, and now that I look back at it, it was the hard stuff you had to do. Like it's just like small things you had to do, like run up the stadium stairs, home or away stairs, do push-ups, do like a certain amount of it, like do bear crawls, like do snakes, like all this stuff you had to do. But it was never really hard. Now that I think of it, like it really wasn't. But there was times where we had to do that, like because people would be dumb. But yeah, I mean that's what would have happened to for disciplining us.
Did you say snakes?
Hmm.
All right.
Snakes or whatever they're called. Yeah.
All right, a lot of people might be confused on what that term is, especially since they're freshmen and stuff. So explain snakes. Explain that discipline right there.
Oh, I mean snakes. It's a tiring workout, but what you simply do, you go on the field and every line, like you have, like you know how there's lines like the 5, 10, 15, all that. Like you had to run down the line, like make like a S or like a snake stuff. Like you go down the line, you go up, go this way for the line, then you go up. You just keep on going till you go all the way to the other end zone.
Oh wow, yeah, I think we called those worms. My
That's
snakes, worms. So you guys call them snakes. I think we call them worms. I don't know why, but I was like, oh yeah.
hmm
I think
yeah.
I think I enjoyed those ones the most because you got yourself. I think it just helped with a lot more speed. I felt like every time we did one of those, because we only did like twice in my life because I think my team was disciplined after those two times, so we tried
hmm
to limit our mistakes or stuff like that. But every time we do them, I don't know, I feel good after it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was tiring, but
Yeah.
after practice, I'd be like, man, those worm seeds, dude, those are refreshing. I think I might have got more. I think I might have increased my agility a little bit with those things. You just feel a lot more faster,
Yeah.
and you can just feel it. So, what was the worst time for you in Silverado during the football season? I mean, I know that you said that there was incompletions, but I'm not talking about those incompletions. I'm talking about like in your whole JV varsity, the whole ordeal. What do you think was the worst time?
Probably the times I almost quit the team.
Do you want to
Well,
explain more on that?
not that I was trying to quit the team, but wasn't it like it was like oh I know it was two things I got really frustrated with. Um, so basically, there's this new kid on the team who me and one of my bros we thought that it was a girl because this Dude had long hair and he looked like a girl, but come to find out it was a dude. But anyways, um, he was on the team, and this dude, bro, he would just I'd be trying to get in the game, not game, but practice like 7-on-7 or whatever, and every time I would try to go up like to the line, this dude was always coming up, bro, like trying to take my spot, and he would just like make me mad. I'm like, bro, like move, like it's my turn, like what are you doing, And
Yeah.
then I think there was at least one time too where they took me out and wanted him to go in instead, and that frustrated me. So I remember at like all the receivers, we all had to like do we had our receiver coach Jimmy. He wanted us because we dropped a lot of catches or whatever happened in practice that day. And I remember we had to run it in a certain amount of time and come back. And literally, bro, like they were actually running all the receivers, and me, I was walking, dude. Like I did not give a crap, bro. Like I was mad at that kid. I was gonna say stupid kid, but and as you know, I don't cuss, so that's why I'm not cussing. But I was mad at that kid. After like while we were running that stuff, like I wasn't running, dude. I was careless. Like, I did not care if they would get mad at me. And I remember, like I remember like they were getting mad at me, like, and I think I just stormed off to like a part of the end zone area, and I remember I just took my helmet off, bro. I slammed it on the ground, like on the grass though, the turf, not on the floor, but I slammed it, and then like one of my teammates who I wish I was still cool with him. I mean, I knew he was still would be, but I don't got contact of him, so he was cool though. Like he was a good teammate. He was like a cool friend I had, but he came up to me. He was a receiver as well. He came up to me and he was like telling me like, oh, like don't even worry about that, bro. Like do you like do what you gotta do. Like just like like saying positive things towards me basically. And I remember, wait, was it at that time or was that a different? It might have been actually at the second time, which I'm about to explain, but that basically happened. And
Hmm.
then the second one, oh wait, actually, now that I think of it, wait, hold up, I'm tripping. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to refresh my memory. I think it was actually at that moment, but it was another receiver coach that was there too. I think it was something happened. I think it was at that moment, but yeah, like so I'm gonna try to remember my best. So that happened, and then I remember I went towards the locker room. It was me. It was like me and a couple other my friends that I was cool with. Like I remember I went towards the coach's office. I mean, and the coach, one of the receiver coaches, I did not like. Honestly, he thought he was all that and all that. Like he really wasn't. Like he told me because my nickname, I had a nickname in playing football. They would call me Jarvis because my boy Jarvis Landry, in the league right now, they would call me that because I liked him and they seen that I liked him and all that, and they call me Jarvis. And the coach told me, that receiver coach I didn't like, he was like, Jarvis, he's like, you're cut. Like he was trying to cut me. And I remember I went in the locker room, I mean the coach's office, and I told him I'm sorry, which I did not want to because that's stupid, but I had apologized for what I did, how I acted. But then I remember like I had to do like a punishment. So me and a couple of my teammates, like that dude that was talking to me, and a couple other ones, they did the workout with me. Like they were being there for me. Like they was like doing the small punishment that I had to do. They were doing it with me.
Right.
Then I remember the second senior year. I remember just out of nowhere, dude. It was a Monday practice, I think, and I remember we were just doing tempo, which we call like hurry up on the plays, just offense. And we were in shorts. We only wore our pants and all that like Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the games obviously. So I remember Monday, I just kept on dropping the passes in practice while we were doing the drills. That frustrated me, bro. I'm like, I I dropped it like twice or a couple times, and I was like, I took off my helmet. I'm like, I'm done, bro. I just walked off, and I took my helmet off and all that, left on the ground. And one of the leaders, he was a captain on the team, he was an O line. He came up to me, and he told me, he's like, we all have like bad days, or he said something. Like I don't remember fully, but he was telling me something like that. Like he was just motivating me like to just keep on going. So I kept on going. I got my helmet back on, and then I went in. And then the coach was the quarterback coach, Gennaro, and he threw me the ball, and I caught it this time. So I was like, oh, like it was a relief because I didn't want to drop it again because that made me look stupid. So I caught
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I mean, that was the other worst memory that I could remember from playing football.
Yeah, obviously getting frustrated, it's really common for football
Yeah, the
players.
word was frustration.
It's really common among football players, but I think you took it more seriously. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's a good thing. I mean,
No,
I
I'm not
think
looking at it as bad either. Like, I just took my emotions out, and I had to.
I think it was just best for you just to do all that, all that anger management thing on the field instead of coming home, barking at your parents or sisters or you know
Yeah.
I think it was just the best for you to do that, so you're not keeping some of that frustration when you come home. When you get home, at least you're down, relaxed. You can take a shower. You know, don't worry about
Yeah.
it for that time until the next day. But but yeah,
Mhm.
like I'm saying, I mean, we all have that coach that gets under our skin, but I think it's just best, just to ignore it. I mean, obviously, I had the same
Mhm.
problem, but I'm not over here. I'm not here over here worrying about it no more. I'm like, whatever. It's in the past. You know, I mean, we still see each other. Since well, before
Yeah.
this whole thing, but I was like, I don't worry about him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he sticks to himself. I stick to myself. We don't talk to each other. Hey, that's fine. But recently, it's just
Life goes on.
life goes on, man. People want to do their own thing. Okay, I'm fine with that. You don't have to talk to me. I don't have to talk
Yeah.
to you. It's the whole ordeal, man. It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, whatever you do, you can do on your own terms. I'll do whatever I want on my own terms.
Exactly.
So, what was it like? Because I know you got number 14, which is your favorite number of all time. Your favorite number. How did you actually get 14? Because I know that
Mhm.
it must have been tough for you at the first start. Because first year you never really pick out your jerseys. It's only returning players that get their jerseys back. So what? How did you actually get 14 in the first place?
My sophomore year, I just chose the number. I was in line because we all had to wait in line
Hmm.
to choose our jersey numbers, and I won 14, so I got 14. Junior year, they gave me number 20, and they just randomly gave me or they had me choose a number, and I got 20. I didn't want it, but I had to get it, and it's not right on the receiver. 20, that's not a good number, but anyways, then senior year, I got 14 like nothing, bro, and the reason why I'm obviously choosing 14 is because Jarvis Landry. He's on the Browns now. He wears 80, but he was on the team before the Dolphins, and he wore 14. So I had to get 14. I didn't want no 80 because I got to represent him and my Dolphins. So that's how it happened. I just chose it like that.
Okay, so now that we got through the worst times, what was the funnest memories you had in football? What was the most exciting parts of football in your career?
Hmm. If I would have made those catches, those would have been. But you know, um, probably just going out there and doing my specialty. They call me Odell too, because I would make one hand catches in practice and whatever else. Like I just make one hand catches. Like they always thought it was fire. Like oh, or and then I remember like I broke two people's ankles on the teams. Like not literally, just it's an expression. I juked them out and they got confused.
Yeah.
So I did that twice. I was just doing my one hand catches. I mean that was fun too. And just the whole senior year playing football was fun. I mean, like all the stuff we had, like the senior night they called it for football, like for any sport really. Like you made a poster, which I actually still have my poster right here, and I'll show you. Um,
Show everybody what you got, my friend.
I have some help making it. My sister helped me. Let me flip it. All right, this is how it looked.
Hey.
So, it's me in my senior photo. Then my boy Beast Mode right there, and then it's my Pop Warner picture of me. I look funny in those pads. And then I
Yeah.
have my picture I took with one of my bros, but we cropped it out so it could just be me. There's that one. Then that's my boy Jarvis Lynch. You see, he got number 14 on.
Hmm.
And then it's another one of me that got cropped out that I took with my other friends. And then it's another one of me as well. And then it's my boy Cameron Wake, you know. And then it's another picture of me. But yeah, this is how it looks. And the reason why I put these players on here is because they inspire me till this day. Like they're my role models. They're people I look up to. And then that's why my Instagram name has those numbers in it because those are my role models. It's Isaac 24 14 91 no 91 24 14 or something like that.
Right.
And then now that I think of it too, like Christian Wilkins, he's a role model of mine too. But I just didn't. He was a rookie so this year, so I didn't. That was like senior year, and I already graduated, so I didn't like have him in the picture. But yeah, like he's someone I look up to as well.
Right. Right. Yeah. I understand it. It's those are such great times,
Yeah,
man. Those are just such great times, you man. When you just have those senior nights, and then when they announce your name over the loudspeakers, it just feels right, it just feels like for that
yeah. I
moment
walked.
you feel famous.
Yeah, then I walked with my mom. Me and her walked down together. It was pretty cool as well. Like, cause you could have had your parents or at least one of them with you. So I had my mom. My dad could have went, but we just didn't realize it at the last second. But yeah, like so that's what happened too. It was pretty cool.
So what was it like? Fine, because I know that you were finished by the time football was over. You're glad that it was done. Well, I wouldn't say glad, but it was more sad. It's sad, but it was relieving at the same time because last hits, the last seconds. You're like, ah, it's over, career done. But
Yeah.
did you actually feel sad leaving? The last game you were in. Did you feel like, oh man, last time I'll ever be in this uniform?
To be real, I didn't think of it like that. I was happy that like me personally, because you know how I told you I wasn't passionate about playing on the team anymore. When
Right.
we would lose a playoff game, I wasn't crying. I didn't care. Like on the inside, I was happy. I'm like, yes, no more season. Like I get to enjoy my time off now. I don't gotta stay at practice and stuff like. And trust me, like, I'm not hating on my team or anything. It's just I didn't want to be there really. I wanted to, but then I didn't. I was happy season would end. I'd be like, yes, like I get to relax and all that. I wasn't really sad. I never really got sad. I was just like, dang, we lost, or you know, like, like it's fun though.
Yeah.
Like I miss that experience kind of because it's fun and
Mhm.
like, but really I don't trip about it like I used to. Well, I never tripped about it at all, but I don't trip about it like playing anymore.
Right. I agree. So, do you keep in touch with some of your coaches at all, or is that over now?
No, I don't. Yeah, I never got my coach's numbers or talked to them. Or I mean, I never got their numbers, and I don't talk to them now.
Mm.
But I'm pretty sure if I would run into some of them, like I would say what's up to them. Like I remember actually one time I went to JC. I went to the mall with my mom, and I remember my coach. He was one of my coaches, Coach Kieron. He's a cool coach. I remember we were in there, and then someone randomly like touched my shoulder, and I turned around and it was him. I was like, "Oh, like what's up?" Like we shook hands and all that. And then we talked for a bit and all that. But yeah, I mean that's what happened. That was the last coach I actually seen, and like after football season ended for me.
Oh wow! So
But yeah,
it was a good experience, wasn't it?
yeah.
Just to see that coach again, it's like, ah man. Can't believe one of my
Hmm.
favorite coaches is here, in this moment with me.
Yeah.
We're not practicing or nothing. We can just have a civilized conversation at least for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, out of all your coaches, who are your top five favorite coaches?
Mm, let me see here. I'll go with. Guess I'll go with Coach G. I go with Coach uh, Coach Dre, Coach Jimmy, Coach Scott, who was my I played special teams. I started on special teams. That's the only thing I started on senior year was I played kickoff return. I didn't return. I was the blocker, but Coach Scott was cool. And then Coach McCormick actually like those are my top five. Maybe they're not in all in the right order, but just off the top of my head, like those are my like top five. Like Coach McCormick, he was a cool coach. Like he was the one that would get on you though.
Yeah,
Like he was a workout machine type guy. Like he wants you to work out, and if you mess up, he'll get mad at you and all that. But I was always cool with him. Like he never gave me problem. I'm in general, I was cool with all my coaches. I never gave them a problem. They never gave me a problem. So like I was like cool with like all of them really.
right. So during your time, who would you say is the most annoying opponent you ever played? Either because they kept beating you and you've never beat them in your whole entire career, or they're just plain off annoying to play because they do something so weird that actually worked out for them.
I never really looked at it like that. I didn't care who we played. Like I didn't. I was never annoyed. But if I had to say, I'd just say Apple because we never beat them ever since I've been at Rado. Like playing football, we never been able to beat them for some reason.
Hmm. Apple's a powerhouse. So
Yeah, that was pretty good.
how did you guys? So I know that you guys are in different divisions, but how do you guys even play each other every year? I mean, that's like if you were playing in the same division. How did you guys?
I think probably because the area that we're at, like we're all part of the high desert. So I feel like that's probably why.
Mhm. So who was the who was the worst opponent? Not in league, but like your time playing, but in the whole entire high desert. Like who would you say is the worst team? The team that you can powerhouse the most.
Like as in bad,
Yeah,
Granite, Granite
Granite,
Hills,
Granite Hills.
they suck.
Yeah, that's what people say. Granite Hills is rebuilding though. If you can tell, they've been rebuilding lately. So, do you see them winning
Yeah,
do you see them winning a title at all, or
maybe within a couple years, not now though.
for now they got to beat Apple Valley since they share a home.
Yeah,
So, have you been to a? I mean, I know that when you guys played Apple Valley, where is it tough to play? Where is it most tough to play Apple Valley? Is it tough to play at their stadium, or is it tougher to play at your guys' home stadium? And I know that's a stupid question, but still, again, which is the most tougher environment to play Apple Valley? Because they have such a huge fan base.
probably ours because even though it's home, we always lose to them. Even away, I remember they lost that one year. I was just on JV, so either way, it was a lose lose situation
Mm.
wherever we played.
Yeah, they have such a huge fan base, so their crowds get absolutely filled. They have almost
Yeah.
200 fans at least at every game, most likely.
We have a decent amount of people watching our games though too. We had a good amount.
So how many fans would you say you guys had compared to Apple Valley? Would you
I
say
don't
you
know
have half the
that.
size?
I mean, all everywhere it was like everywhere it was packed like the seats from left to right. Like it was always packed.
And would the crowds get into the game every time you guys, were doing something, every time you guys were on fire playing, your
Yeah,
opponent
heck
teams?
yeah,
And
yeah
how
they would.
would you say that the would you say that your guys' fans had an impact on how you guys played? Like every time you guys were doing great, would you say like would you say that your fans would have a greater impact on your guys' playing ability? Like when you guys are on fire with when they just get so hyped, they get like
We are
they
just
disrupt
simply
the
I'll
opponents.
say we are just getting started. That's all I can say. We were just getting started. When the crowd was happy, we were happy and going off.
So you guys got fueled by the fans' energy.
Yeah, yeah.
So what was the environment like? Like not every Friday night, but like on tough, like on with tough environment, like with tough opponents, like Apple Valley. How would you guys make sure? I mean, because I know that you guys were, well, not JV, but I'm talking like when you were playing on varsity, like when you played like these tough opponents. Like I know that a lot of the games you guys played where you guys were scheduled to lose. So what's the environment like playing like what's the environment? How'd you guys make sure that when you guys were playing tough opponents and you guys were like winning, how did you guys make sure that you're keeping that same mentality or same energy on the field as an athlete?
Probably just we just all played together as a team. No one was trying to show out or show off, but we would just play together as a team and just keep on going, keep the tide rolling.
Keep the tide rolling. So I talked to Coach on the last episode about this, and now I'm gonna ask you the same question too. So let's say you're playing like a weak opponent. Let's say Granite, because I know this probably happened to you once, but I know you guys pretty won the game. But let's say you're playing a weak opponent, and then I don't know, maybe it's the second quarter, but you guys are already down 0-21. Like for an athlete, how do you make sure that once those situations happen, how do you make sure that you're not like start of the start of the second half, you're not coming back out as the same mentality you guys went into the locker room. Maybe like you guys were feeling down,
What helped
sad.
us? What helped us? Like what helped us get it together
Hmm.
is our coaching. They would talk to us. They would all talk to us, explain what we're doing wrong and what's actually working. Like it would really just be the coaching, and it'd be us as well together as a team, just talking together and just like getting it right with each other. Just being
Hmm.
on the same level, same
Hmm.
energy.
Yeah. So I know that I know what when the coaches went, when the coaches leave the locker room, because how you say your coaches will talk to you about how you guys can get better. What would your teammates tell each other? What would you guys tell each other in the locker room? During the time you guys had before you guys went back out to warm up to play for the second half, what would you guys tell each other?
Some of them we would all be. I mean, we would be frustrated. Like some of the players, like majority of the players, like the captains, all that, we would be frustrated that we're losing, and then they would kind of go off on each other, like arguing, like confronting and all this and that. So it was really just the coaching that calmed us down and just helped us get it together.
Was there any games that you were a part of that you guys felt like you guys would like? Does it feel like was there was there this feeling where you're like you knew that your games were already finished, that the game was already over before this third half started? Did you guys feel like there was no way that you guys could come back? Was there ever any times like that?
Um, we never. Every time, no matter what the score was, my coaches would always tell us, "Remember, guys." Like they would say, "Remember, what's the score of the game right now?" And it'd be 0-0. We would look at it as 0-0, like a whole new game still. Like we're not like, okay, we lost. Like no, don't even try this half. What's the point? Like no, we just always looked at it as 0-0 and just kept on going, bro.
Okay, what about for you personally? Like, let's say, like even before the talk to the coaches, did you ever feel like when you looked at that scoreboard, did you ever feel like, oh, this game's over, we ain't coming back at all? Like it's something that you'd say to yourself.
No, I never looked at it like that. Like I said, I was just doing me. Like I was playing. I was obviously on the team, but I don't. I wouldn't like. I wasn't. I wasn't. really involved with trying to calm the team down or doing all this and that. Like I would just be in there, look at the scoreboard, go in the locker room, halftime, and like just listen to what they have to say. Like I never was like, okay, we lost. Like I never doubted ourselves, like as a team. Just to keep positivity going and to stay focused.
Mhm. So, I know when teammates get in heated conversations, it's pretty tough for you guys to, play in the same, in the same field. So, how do you like? Was there any times in the yeah, I know you said it before that they get in like in arguments, but even before games, has there ever been any times where teammates were not on the same level with each other, and you guys had to play that same game? Was there any times like that where teammates or even you with a teammate would just not be on the same level as another teammate? You just felt like, I don't want to be in this locker room with this dude, or because I know you mentioned that there was a teammate you had that was just, really annoying. So, did you ever have that feeling when you two were in the same locker room together on a game day? Did you just feel like, I don't want to be in the same locker room as this dude at all, or on the same
No,
side?
I didn't care. I didn't have no beef with no one. Like I didn't want to. I wasn't on the verge of fighting anyone. I was cool with most of my teammates. Like I just went out there and did my thing. I just played ball really. Like I didn't ever have beef with no one.
So, so since you had no beef with someone, I know that today the internet is such a wide variety of reasons getting conversation. So how does how did Silverado make sure that when your teammates or yourself actually were on social media, how did they make sure that you guys didn't do anything stupid online or anything?
Say that again.
Oh no, I'm saying like when you guys would do social media or something like that, how would your coaches make sure that you or your teammates wouldn't do anything stupid on there?
Mm, they didn't trip about it really. They didn't be like, "Oh, what are you posting this for?" Like they didn't care. Matter of fact, speaking of stuff like that, it was my last season, obviously, and my season was over for senior year, and I remember I posted a picture of me, like a couple of photos of me that someone I'm cool with, like took pictures of me, like because he was a photographer. He just took them with me while I was on the sideline in my like uniform and all that, and I remember like I posted it, and I talked about my experience playing football, and I remember I put like I just thanked the coaches just for everything they helped me with and helped me grow to be a better young man that I am today. Like I thanked them for that, and then I also remember that Monday because I posted on a Sunday, and that Monday I remember I figured out it was the coach's son that I'm cool with that showed my coach, my old coach, the head coach, the picture that I posted in the caption. And I remember Monday we had to turn in our equipment and all that. And I remember my coach came up to me and he thanked me for like what I had said, like just being positive and all that. I think we like shook hands or something. And then one of my other coaches, another receiver coach, what was his name? Coach, I don't remember his name. Coach. I don't remember his name, but he was a cool guy too. I remember he came up to me as well and thanked me, like shook my hand and all that. And that's just who I am, bro. I'm never them like, oh, like I don't like football, like how it went. Like my teammates sucked, like all this stupid crap. I'm not like that. I'm just myself. Like I'm just like being real, like just being that good person, just
Right,
being positive.
right, exactly. So
But yeah,
that's great because your coaches now know that you respect them. So obviously when a coach sees that, obviously they might have to be wishing that they would have put you in more. I mean, that's kind of what it felt like there. Did you ever feel like when once that happened, did you ever feel like your coach this like like thought about putting you in more before you were officially done with football? Did you Did you get that feeling once you guys were done shaking hands or talking about the that nice little post you posted for him?
Well, I mean, I always wished I got in the game more, and I didn't make the coach feel like, oh, I wish I put you in. We're like, no, like that, whatever happened, happened. Like I don't look back and regret it. Like playing football, like it was a fun experience I had, no matter how my seasons had went. But I mean, yeah, like there was no hard feelings toward each other or anything.
Right. So okay. So let me ask you, what was the what would you say was the best game that your team had in your last season? In your last season alone.
Um, I do not remember. I don't remember. Well, I don't know. Actually, is what I mean. I don't know what our best game was. I really don't. Like together as a team, I don't remember. To be honest, I don't know.
So how about personally for yourself? What did you think personally?
None. I didn't do nothing great while I was out there, so none.
None,
To be
none,
real,
none, not at all. Okay, so
nah.
okay, let me ask you this: in the games you've been in, have you guys ever made a comeback?
By the way, wait. By the way, Miguel.
Yes, I'm
By the
listening.
way, I'm gonna have to go at 10 o'clock. I'm gonna have to go at 10 o'clock because my phone's dying and I'm gonna go get some food. So we got 2 more minutes. So if you want to wrap it up,
All right, hold on. Okay, I got two more questions. So two more questions is the first one
all
is
right. Okay.
the first one is have you guys ever made a comeback in your whole entire career? In which game was that?
Man, you got me thinking stuff I don't remember. Huh. I I don't remember. I really don't. I don't remember that question either. I don't remember the answer. I don't know.
All right. And so for the final question here, for the final question, because I don't want to take too much time. What would you gotta say?
Like I'm just thankful for everything I have and how my relationship has gotten grown. It has been better, and he's been keeping me like safe and just out of harm. He's been helping me through my problems and answering my prayers.
Yeah.
First, and like I said, keep God first, and you'll never be last. Just
Right.
do what you got to do, guys. But yeah, God bless. That's what I should say. That's all, Miguel.
All right, man. So I know that we asked for anyone hearing. So we're gonna let you go now because I know that you want to eat dinner and you haven't ate dinner, so I don't want to keep you too long. So thank you again, Isaac, for tuning in or joining us tonight for this very good episode or episode two. Any final thoughts? Anything you felt like you left out? 'Cause this is the final chance right here. Final chance. Anything you felt like you left out?
For me,
Yeah, for you.
mm, the real question is, do you have anything you got to say to them?
Well, all I gotta say is
Because
everybody,
I mean, I already said my part. You
yeah,
know.
yeah, but I'm just making sure you didn't leave anything out, just to make sure because you never know, you could have left something out. But I think the thing,
No.
I think, I think the thing for me is, I believe that whoever's watching this, because I know they love sports so much, I think stick to what you're, you know, obviously, if you love something, continue doing it, and just don't stop because you didn't end well. Continue, get back on track. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And like Isaac said right here, keep God first, man. But obviously, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. This is obviously. I hope everybody learned something from these episodes I'm putting out, even though that the connection's so stupid and I can't even. Sometimes it just cuts off at the worst times. But
Hmm.
I just hope everybody learns something from these these podcasts, and they just learn something about themselves, even for athletes, because I know a lot of athletes are gonna watch this, so they're gonna learn from you, Isaac. So how do you feel about that? You think that you're putting a lot of good information into athletes before I say good night to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, like whoever's watching this, do what you love. Like even though I don't play football no more or sports at all, I found something new that I want to just look more into and just try to become, which is being a firefighter. So like God placed that in my heart to be it, and I'm striving for it. I'm working for it. So and always like my dad said, my pops, do what makes you happy. Like like works do something in life where it just keeps you just going. You don't stop. You getting that money. Just do what you got to do. Remember, just remain humble and just remain blessed and know God is with you and everything you go through. Like you're gonna be okay. But yeah, that's what I got to say, Miguel.
All right, guys. So we actually, I know we went 5 minutes over. I'm sorry for that, Isaac. But we're gonna end the episode there because obviously, Isaac's hungry, so he's tired of freaking Joseph. So he's gonna get his food. But yes, guys, I hope you enjoyed episode 2. I'm gonna bring you part 3 soon. I'm gonna find more people to interview because I know it's hard these days. But trust me, sooner or later, I'm gonna find else to interview too. So if you guys want Isaac back on the show, comment when you want Isaac back, and we can just talk about more sports stuff. But for now, that is the end of the episode. Isaac, say bye to the fans.
Thank you for having me.
And
Bye, everyone that's watching this, and thank you for having me, Miguel, and thank you for everyone that is watching it. For
yes, and I want to thank our supporters for
support
everything.
my bro Miguel in this, and just keep it going.
You too, man. You keep doing the great things, man. Put God first every time, man.
That's all, Miguel.
All right, man. So obviously, hope to see you guys next time. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Peace. Hold on, let me just finish this thing. And